everyone, it's Vanessa, and today I'm going to be talking about what life has been like after a proximal humerus fracture. So better said, my 1 year post-Orif surgery update. Orif stands for open reduction internal fixation, which basically means they cut open my arm, aligned my bones back into place, and screwed them together with screws and a metal plate. So yeah. Fun. And so now I'm a year and a month or 2 months. Let's just say a year and a month and a half post surgery. Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been awesome. If you haven't watched my surgery experience / recovery video, then you should go check that out because I talked a lot about all kinds of things. Now I will just be updating you on what things are like now, I guess. I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I've been having a lot of aches and pains again, and I'm not really sure anymore if it's because of the weather, if it's because I've been doing so much, but I've definitely noticed some really annoying aches and pains. There's lots of popping going on recently. I just had a baby, so that's probably why I've been doing a lot more, because you know, when I was pregnant I was kind of on bed rest, wasn't allowed to do much, but recently I've been allowed to, you know, basically do everything again. So I've been doing a lot, and I guess, you know, toddler, baby, juggling everything, and a bad arm doesn't work well together because it's been painful. It's not like a constant pain, but it just happens often. I've noticed that if I like rotate my arm outwards and stretch it, or like stretch it like inwards like this, I have a lot of discomfort. Like not painful, but like annoying, you know? Just not comfortable. My range of motion isn't the best either. If I try to reach for something like in that direction, I mean, I can reach to the side, you know, like I won't because there's a wall here, but I can reach to the side. But if I try and reach backwards to the side, you know, so like if someone's behind me and you know you want to reach something like that, I cannot really do that. It doesn't do that. It just kind of like stops, like a force pushes against and just it blocks off, it stops. I don't really notice that often, just, you know, when I try and reach back like that and I notice can't do that. Other than the weird popping that's been going on, and sometimes I hear like metallic, like scrapey sounds. Other than that, it's been alright. You know, I don't really have a lot of complaints. It's just kind of uncomfortable, and you definitely notice there's a plate in there. Like I cannot sleep on that side. It's just, it hurts. If I lay on it too long or hold it a certain way, I wake up and it hurts a lot. Last time I thought I had re-broken my arm in my sleep, so laying on it is not. Unless my arm is like perfectly cushioned and placed, then there's no way I can lay on it. So that's really annoying because I used to sleep just on my right side. I have not had any checkups. I haven't had an x-ray since the 6 weeks after my surgery. I got pregnant after we moved here, so they refused to do an x-ray to check up on my arm. Even though, you know, last year I couldn't move my arm at all until, what, like October-ish? I didn't really get any kind of good motion back until October and November. I couldn't even lift it up all the way. Yeah, but they didn't want to do an x-ray to check how it's healing because I was pregnant. I did physical therapy for a few weeks last summer, which I started really late. I started it in July. And I had my surgery in February of last year, so that's a long time, but as I mentioned in my previous video, due to all the other circumstances in COVID, there were no appointments and no physical therapists wanted to take me on as a patient, so I started late. But then also because of my pregnancy, I had a really rough pregnancy. I couldn't keep going back and forth to physical therapy so many times a week. I also had a toddler at home, so after a few weeks I kind of didn't continue going. And I haven't been able to get any new appointments either, but I've been doing my exercises at home, so I guess it's been working because I can do a lot. I have not had any complaints other than those weird aches and popping and grinding sounds sometimes, which is questionable. if anyone who has had this surgery is watching and you also have these kinds of weird popping, uncomfortable, grindy, feely things going on in your post-Orif, please let me know and tell me it's normal. I'm hoping to go get my arm checked up soon, but for now, just living with it. It's kind of annoying sometimes when I notice I can't do certain things like I used to. Like vacuuming is rough now. I obviously can't pull the vacuum behind me because it hurts so bad, so vacuuming is not fun. Any kinds of cleaning is not fun with that arm. I basically have become completely left-handed. Yeah, I do a lot of things with my left hand now that I used to strictly do with my right, just because it's more comfortable. And nobody ever talked to me about hardware removals. I don't know anything about that. They never suggested it. They never mentioned it. So I don't know. I honestly don't know if I would want to do another surgery, considering I just had a C-section and I really hate surgeries and I hate being put under, so there's a lot of risks in having your hardware removed so long after having it put in. I don't know, I've heard that usually people get it removed 6 months after their surgery, not over a year past it. It's kind of annoying, sure, and achy, but unless there's an actual problem in there that they can tell by doing an x-ray or, you know, examining my arm, then I don't really think I would want to get it removed if they like offer it. I don't know. Basically not a lot has happened. I can include a video and show you how far I can move my arm.
Alright, so I'm just gonna show you, I guess, what it looks like when I move my arm compared to my other arm.
You can see it doesn't really go, you know, straight arm. And this one kind of doesn't do that yet. Like it has a lot of resistance in the shoulder. It's too much of weird arm stuff.
Here I cannot, kind of blocks off.
Kind of.
Does not do that. I'm so sorry, this is such a weird angle. But yeah, so that's the only problems I have. I cannot reach for things that are past my shoulder, like behind me and off to the side. I cannot hand people things that way either because, you know, I have to turn my whole body. Yeah.
That's the thing. This is my scar now. It's not really bad. So this is part of the scar, and then down here, this is also this tiny little spot. They cut here and here. But yeah, my scar does not bother me in any way. It's just there. I'm not like self-conscious about it. I don't care if I go out and people can see my scar. It's just there. It's a part of me. It's just my scar. I think it's kind of cool because I can explain to people that, yeah, I'm the idiot who slipped in the tub and now has metal in her arm. I don't really have anything else to include. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I will answer them. But basically, just between those few aches and the fact that I haven't had any checkups, I've been doing good. I'm able to use my arm. I'm not completely useless. It was a really rough time not being able to do any kind of normal things, really, especially last year. Sitting at home not being able to use my arm for anything was rough. How are your experiences? How are you doing if you have one of these bad boys in your arm? Let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this because you're about to have one of these surgeries, first off, I'm so sorry. It is honestly the most painful injury. I hope you're keeping up with your painkillers because if you don't, the pain will catch up to you. And second off, it's really not as scary as it seems. And healing takes time, so don't go and look at other people and be like, oh, they're doing this at so many weeks, I should be doing this at so many weeks, because no, everyone heals different. I personally didn't have any kind of useful range of motion until literally last November or so. So don't beat yourself up over it because you'll get there in your own time. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want more motherhood lifestyle arm updates, vlogs, whatever. And I will see you in my next video.